joining Living on the Cheap and trying to figure it out. Today I'm having a little bit of a bad hair day. This piece isn't supposed to go this direction, doesn't want to go the other direction. I don't know what to do with it. I apologize, but it's driving me nuts because I could see it in the camera and it's just, sorry. Anyway, so what are we up to today? As you can see, my entire house is a huge mess. So later today, I am cleaning up because I need to, unfortunately. This week's a bit of a busy week. I have my daughter's ortho appointment, my mother-in-law heart appointment, my father-in-law's heart appointment at the same time. Late last week, I also had my in-laws go to the family doctor. Luckily, I don't have any appointments until next week. So that's kind of what I've been up to lately. Just wanted to fill you all in on my budgeting because I don't really put out numbers. My husband doesn't like me to put out numbers, so can't put out numbers. Oh no! But for the first half of January, I completely forgot to follow or punch in everything I spent. So I have no idea. But I can tell you we did not spend anything off of our debit accounts. We only used cash. So once the cash was gone, we stopped spending. This pay period though, it's only been a week and everything's been going really well. And I don't know if I've told you, well, I have told you before, I don't know if you've looked, but you should check out the Plan to Eat. They're doing a new challenge for the month of January, which is awesome. And it's more freezer meals, which I absolutely love to do freezer meals. So some people call them batch cooking, freezer meals, whatever. It's where you cook one thing, but you make a whole bunch of it. So like you make, maybe it's lasagna. Instead of one pan that will feed your family of 4 for one dinner, you'll make 4 pans and you will freeze all the excess, and at a later date you will bake them in the oven when it's time for dinner. So I love doing that because anytime that I am tired, sick, don't feel like cooking, I could just pull something out of the freezer, defrost it, or throw it in the oven or a slow cooker, and done. Easy peasy. So on the days that I do feel like cooking, it's great to do these batch cookings. So yesterday I actually did a couple. I did a chicken broccoli rice casserole type of dish, and I just put them in Ziploc bags, which is the easiest peasy. And this again is a recipe from Plan to Eat. So you didn't even, if you have no recipes and you're just starting out new and you're doing the 30-day trial, you can join the challenge for free. It's also free to sign up for the free 1 month trial. After that, I believe it's $40 US a year, or is it 50? Something like that. I can't remember. Sorry, my subscription passed and I don't even remember how much I paid. But totally well worth it, because if you collect any recipes from the web at all, you can download them onto here and have a billion different recipes from a billion different websites. Whereas if you use all recipes, you can only download all recipes onto that cookbook or recipe book. Whatever they call it for your files. So this is great because I can get from all recipes, I can get from Epicurious, I can get from numerous different sources, which I love. But like I said, do the challenge because there's a lot of freezer meals right now. It's free, so why not? And every month they seem to put out, or every other month maybe, they seem to put out a different challenge with new recipes. So it gives you a chance to check out some new recipes if you're kind of getting in a blah with your own recipes. I love it because I find meal planning only takes me minutes now, whereas it used to take me forever because I would have to go through my cookbooks. And I still use my cookbooks, don't get me wrong, but now I find it's easier with the online service. I just type in the name of the book, the title of the book, and the page. And I do have to type in the ingredients so that it populates into my shopping list. Because when you do the online, like when you plop in a recipe from here onto your planner, it automatically populates a recipe, a shopping list for you. So that's bonus. So yesterday for dinner, we actually made lentil stew, and it was delicious. I had sweet potatoes, carrots, lentils, of course, tomatoes, and it was delicious. But I made a huge slow cooker of it, so I kept half of it for us to eat today for lunch, and actually maybe only a third of it, and the rest went into the freezer for another meal another day. I did make that chicken broccoli bake that I had mentioned, and that's supposed to go over cooked rice. You can add the rice into it, but we're on a gluten-free diet, sort of ish. My husband is, the rest of us aren't. So sometimes I try to take it out and sometimes I don't. Depends what I'm making. Tonight for dinner we are having beef stir fry, I believe it is. It's ground beef though, which I thought was interesting because I've never done a ground beef stir fry. I've only ever done strip loin, so like, you know, you cut up your steak, or chicken. So I've never done loose ground anything, not ground turkey, ground chicken, never used ground meat. So this should be interesting. Let's see what else is there to talk about. I guess that's about it. We're only halfway into this pay period for us. Not even halfway because today's only Tuesday. Hopefully this comes out today or tomorrow because I'm a little bit behind on videos and I apologize for that. Life sometimes just gets busy. As for some people out there have been putting out word of the year. And I have done this years and years ago, and I did some projects around that word and didn't really care for the projects. I have to tell you honestly, I did. So I thought, I've heard other people just pick a word and they're just going to go with it, just flow with it and see what happens by the end of the year. So I'm going to pick out my word, and it kind of goes back to my goals, and I'm picking health or healthy as being my word for this year. The word I had done a few years back was freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom from, not responsibilities, but freedom of doing everything for everybody else but myself. And just taking a little bit of time to have some freedom to do stuff for myself, which was totally awesome. And it did work out. Kind of got me into thinking differently about the things I do. So maybe picking out a word is a good idea for you, because then you can decide around that word how the choices that you make. Anyhow, so let me know down below if you are picking a word and if you're doing any projects around that word. At this moment, I don't have any projects, but we'll see how the rest of the year plays out. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that you can subscribe right here by hitting on that little piggy, and also YouTube will select this video just for you to watch, and here's a playlist that you can watch mine as well. We will talk to you soon.